something.
Oh,
and that's what you
goodness.
Yeah, but not a very good day in the office for that guy. And if I'm being honest, this was one of those weeks where it was just not a good day for almost every fighter that lost, because we have some devastating knockouts and submissions from this week where the regional scene was staying busy. And to kick us off, we're going to take a look at our fan comment of the week from last week. And yeah, that episode was not very friendly to a few fighters' livers because we had 2 crippling TKOs via liver shots. And I am personally glad I was not on the receiving end of those, but congrats to Rakshith on winning our comment of the week. What's going on, everyone? It's the Casual, Lawton Veerkant, and this is Caposa's Corner. Kicking us off this week, we're heading to ACA 146 in Russia, where we have a featherweight matchup that sees Elismar Lima with a 24-11 record, and he's taking on Abdul Rahman Dudayev, who has a nice 29-7. Okay, so both guys definitely have a lot of fights under their belt, and this fight does only last 28 seconds, so who do you think's experience is going to come out on top for this one?
Всегда нацелен на досрочный финиш. Апперкот.
Вертушка!
Еще один удар. Начинает забивать.
And that would be Dudayev via spinning hook kick followed up by some nasty ground and pound. Also, props to Lima for trying to defend because he was definitely rocked from this kick and almost gained some composure back, but when these last few ground and pounds snuck through his guard, it was definitely time for the ref to step in and stop this one. And fun fact, Dudayev's last win was via spinning back fist, so Caposa deemed him one of the spinning shit masters in MMA, so there's no telling what other knockouts are in his future, but a fantastic highlight finish to kick us off this week, and this win improves his record to a very impressive 30-7. Moving on, we're gonna head to Venator FC 12 in Italy, where we have 2 fights to show you. For the first, we have another featherweight bout between Abu Tunkara with just a 7-3 record, and his opponent Manolo Zacchini has a 10-3. So this fight does make it to the second round, but not for long as with most of our fights this week, and after about 30 seconds of kinda just feeling each other out, well, it's about to get a little violent.
Tunkara, and again he looks the channel but goes low. Oh! Hey!
Flying knee. Finish and a knockout.
Okay, so first things first, Tunkara was down for about 5 minutes and ended up being stretched out of the cage, so we are hoping that he's doing better now and has a smooth recovery after this huge knockout. But let's not take away from Zacchini's skills here, because in the replays you can see better just what kind of rocked him, and it was this quick little right while they were both exchanging, and then he thankfully timed this running flying knee perfectly for it to be legal, and man, it just connected perfectly and sends his opponent down and out. He also thankfully showed some restraint and didn't go for the ground and pound after the fact, so congrats to Zacchini on this win, which improves his record to 11-3. And for our second fight at Venator FC 12, let's go ahead and dive straight into Caposa's KO of the week. Here we have a lightweight fight between Michael Pagani with a clean 4-0 record, and he's up against Dylan Hantigue, who also has a clean 3-0. Now, it wouldn't be KO of the week if it wasn't brutal and happened quickly into the first round, so as we just passed the 1.5-minute mark, well, who do you think is going to put a stop to this one?
MMA pours out with a lead hand, throws his leg kick.
Jumping knee finish from Michael Pagani.
Okay, wait, real quick, look at him shove the ref right after the knockouts. I don't know, I found that comical and quite unnecessary, so we'll dock some sportsmanship points for that, but holy hell, what a flying knee. And this one even caught me off guard a little because Hantigue is the one putting pressure on and kind of pushing Pagani against the cage, but he says nope and counters with this huge flying knee that just immediately puts him out and on the canvas. So that is 5 in a row, all wins, giving him a pristine 5-0 record, and now a highlight reel finish, and he's only 23 years old, so with some more experience and a few more wins, this guy could definitely turn into someone that we see more from in the future. Next up, we're going to take a look at MMA Grand Prix in France, where we also have 2 fights to show you. And why slow down now? Because the first is none other than Caposa's hand-picked submission of the week. Here we have a middleweight matchup that sees Ragi Lawson with an 8-6 record, and he's up against Kevin Dell, who has an even rougher 3-6-1 record. Alright, so not the best records, but we're in the first round, and it is submission of the week, so not even a minute in, we're up against the cage, and we get this takedown by Lawson. And, well, then just 35 seconds later, he finds himself in an inverted triangle, and, well, it is not looking very good.
Ah, le triangle est très bien fermé.
Oh, un peu ces coups de coude comme ça. Et l'arbitre qui arrête, obligatoire.
Hey ref, he's asleep. You might want to step in before he does something like, oh, I don't know, 5 nasty elbows to an unconscious opponent. Man, this one kind of hurt to watch because you can just tell Lawson is out after he's been stuck in that triangle for about 10 seconds, and then, yeah, the elbows are just clean and completely undefended, and then finally we get the stoppage. This was some great ground game, though, from Del after he was taken down because he kept his cool while on the bottom, waited patiently, and then, like you saw, eventually secures this inverted triangle, which is the beginning of the end to this one. So props again to Del on this win, improving his record to 4-6-1, and for winning our Submission of the Week award. For our second fight at MMA Grand Prix, we have a welterweight bout between Cedric Severock with a wow 8-17 record, and he's taking on David Karp, who has an even 6-6 record. Okay, so again, not the best records, but they made it on Caposa's corner, so something great has to happen, right? And well, the first round had a lot happen because just 25 seconds in, yep, Severock drops his opponent with these 2 rights, but he does recover almost immediately. And then throughout the rest of the round, Karp almost gets him with a guillotine and then almost with a rear naked choke, but wow, no luck for either guy, and we move to the second round, where let's just say someone does actually get some luck in this round.
Qui nous laisse penser qu'il est un peu fatigué.
Boom! One hitter quitter into a timber KO, and ladies and gentlemen, we have our winner. That was a lot of things to happen for the fight, only lasting 7 minutes in total, but Severock ultimately stays persistent and comes out on top when he lands this huge right that just puts an immediate stop to this one. So congrats to him on this beautiful win and for improving his record to 9-17, and well, we sure hope you can get some more like this one in the future. Now we're gonna visit our friends at Cage Warriors for their Academy Southeast 29 event in England, where we have 2 fights to show you. And for both of these, we do only have a limited amount of footage, but as always, they were just too good to skip, so let's take a look at the first one.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so that's Jimmy Quinn doing this impressive spinning wheel kick that improves his record to 4-1, and it wins him the amateur interim bantamweight belt. And our poor gentleman that ate that spinning wheel kick, well, that's Kashan Khan, who now after this loss has a 6-2 record. Both guys are sitting at pretty solid amateur records and are still earlier in their career, so we hope the best for both, but a big congrats to Quinn on this win, and we hope to see some more impressive moves like this from this amateur in the future. And for our second fight at Cage Warriors Academy Southeast 29, well, it is the clip I used at the very beginning of the video, but it won't hurt to watch it again to refresh your memory.
Marking up something.
Oh and that's what you
goodness! What a shot!
Yeah, talk about a devastating head kick, and that's Paulis Totoritis throwing the nasty head kick, and the unfortunate receiver of that kick, well, that's Wilf Kelly. And I have no idea the weight of this fight or either guy's records because they are non-existent on the internet, and even the event page for this entire night on Cage Warriors Tapology didn't have either of these guys listed, so I don't know if this was an amateur debut or a late addition to the event, but we for sure were not going to leave this one out because it was just a perfect knockout, so congrats to Totoritis on the great win. Up next, we're going to head to Arena Global 21 in Brazil, where we have a welterweight matchup between Yuri Nellis with a 6-2 record, and he's taking on Maicon Almeida, who has just a 3-6. Okay, so I'm not going to act like I know much about the fight game, but something tells me that just because this is labeled as a welterweight fight, it just doesn't appear to look right when you see these two side by side. Sent that man to hell with yet another devastating head kick. I mean, the clap alone on that one is enough to knock someone out, dear lord. Nellis wasted no time trying to land this huge kick because the whole fight only lasted 20 freaking seconds before he lands this and puts an immediate stop to this bout. Big props to Nellis though on this insane highlight and knockout that improves his record to 7-2. Still going, we're gonna head to Open Fight Chile 1 in Chile, shocker there, where we have a flyweight bout that sees John Alvarez with just an 0-2 record, and his opponent, Nielsen Rojas, has a clean 3-0. So it's early in both guys' careers, but that matchmaking just doesn't quite seem to make sense, so this one could be an interesting one, and as we just passed the 1-minute mark of the first round, do you think Alvarez is going to be able to claim his first win? Or is Rojas gonna stay undefeated?
roja. Está en modo automático John Álvarez. Impresionante. Tremendo knockout que hemos...
Undefeated is the correct answer and seemed to be the more obvious guess, but he does it via huge flying switch knee, which the live ankle camera change was unfortunate, and the only replay we have, the ref is almost in the way, but you can still see what a beauty this was and how it just immediately sent him down to the canvas. Also, this wasn't reported anywhere when I looked, but I mean, yeah, that nose is definitely broken, right? Either way, this was a clear and definitive first round win for Rojas that keeps him clean at a pristine 4-0. And for our last fight this week, we're heading to visit our friends at Combate Global in Florida, where, yeah, we didn't forget because we're gonna end this week with Caposa's prospect of the week. Here we have the bantamweight main event title fight that sees challenger Axel Osuna sitting at a nice 5-1 record, and he's taking on the current champ David Martinez, who also has a very nice 8-1. Oh boy, I'm excited because Combate Global has been putting out some great fight cards as of lately, and these guys both have great records, and we actually end up making it to the 4th round, where just halfway through we casually go to the canvas and Martinez is not letting up, just kinda dominating honestly, but he's not landing any fight-ending blows, and well, then we get this. Now, I know before you even say it, yes, that was not a huge, mind-blowing knockout, but Martinez does put a stop to this one with this swarm to an exhausted Osuna. That forces the ref to step in and call this one, but the guy is now 9-1, so let's talk about him. Anyone remember this knockout from last May? Yep, that's the same David Martinez that we're looking at now, so we are officially coming full circle. And what about his last fight from May of this year? Yeah, just an absolute onslaught of strikes that collapse his opponent. The guy is just a striking machine, and Caposa noted that he has a kickboxing background where he was the amateur champion at the World Games earlier this year, and fun fact, MMA isn't even his only profession. The dude is a medical doctor and surgeon where he just graduated from UNAM University in Mexico also this year. I mean, what the hell can't this guy do? But like I said, he's now at an 8-1, only 2 of which have gone to decision. 1 was a second round KO, and the rest have all been first round finishes. Caposa said he couldn't find out when Martinez will be a free agent, but if he keeps producing finishes like this, whenever that time comes, I've got a feeling he'll be on a few promotions' radar. But until then, congrats to Martinez, who is still your Combate Global Bantamweight Champion. Another week down and 3 more fights are added to the board, so again, do not forget to leave your favorites down in the comments below over the next few weeks so I can keep an ongoing tally so that when the end of the month arrives, we can figure out who everyone's favorite KOs, subs, and prospects for the month of October were. And as always, we want to say a huge thank you to Caposa for teaming up with us on these videos, so if you don't already, go ahead and give him a follow on his Twitter at Grabaka_Hitman for more clips just like these. And you can also show him some support by checking out his Patreon at patreon.com/Caposa. And if you ever want to watch these crazy regional fights live, well, it's easy. Just head to GrabakaHitman.com where he has weekly live schedules and the easiest ways to watch all of these cards. And these videos for sure are not possible without these amazing promotions hosting these events literally every single weekend of the year. So a massive thank you to them as well as the fighters, winners, and losers, and we will see you all on the next video. Peace!